Hey guys, it's Leah the Nifty Yogi. We're going to be doing a yoga workout today. We don't need any props, so just jump on your mat and let's get into it. Alright, we're going to meet at the top of the mat, so jump on up and let's bring the feet together, knees together, or as close as they can be at least. And then with the hands, inhale, reach up high, draw the belly in, and exhale, keep the arms reaching shoulder width apart. We're going to exhale, sit down into the heels here, doing a chair pose. So this is all we're going to hold for now. Bring the feet and knees together even more if you can now, and really try and press the knees actually together. So we're getting the inner thighs happening here. The arms are reaching long, but the shoulder blades are tucked down behind you. And we've got a long flat back, so we're not back bending too much, we're not rounding through the back. Long, like you're reaching out for the corner of the ceiling there. Breathe. Toes can be up so you know that you've got the right length here. Beautiful. Hold a little longer. You got this. We're going to sweep down with the hands then, straighten out the legs. Just a nice big reach behind you, tuck the chin. Try and straighten the legs as much as you can, but if you're a little cold and the back's a little stiff this morning, soften the knees. It is afternoon right now. So soften the knees, squat low, really low, weight in the heels, arms reach up long. So inhale there, exhale, straighten the legs, sweep it, arms behind, forward fold. Inhale, squat, reach up high. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Keep going. Exhale. If your back gets a little sore, just hold that fold. Otherwise, keep going with your own flow here. Not too hard. Doable, right? We're just warming up the body. And hold that chair pose. Inhale the right knee up. Take a big step back. Just the toes grounding behind you. Arms are reaching up nice and high as well. We're going to lunge into that front right knee, but keep the back right leg really straight. Arms long, shoulders down, belly drawing into the spine. Lunge a little lower, but we don't want that knee to go over the toes there, so take quite a big step. And again, we're just holding this lunge. Find rhythm, length. In and out through the nose when you can. If you start to get puffed, then start to breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Either way, stay mindful. We're going to add in a little extra if you feel up to it. Inhale, keep reaching. Then exhale, lean forwards, chest towards the knees, sweep the hands back behind you again as far as comfortable. Inhale, lift the chest, reach up high. Option to take a little back bend, please be careful here, but we're using the tummy muscles to do so. Exhale, lean forward, sweep the arms by your sides. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, fold. Feel the front leg working hard and the back leg, hopefully straighten it out. The right leg, that is. Keep flowing, one more. One more fold. Inhale to rise and step back to the top in chair pose. So hop it in, squat low again. Ooh, feel those legs. It's what we want. It's a workout today. All right, inhale. Lift that left knee up and take a big step back, just the toes here. So we're not grounding the foot into a warrior pose, because otherwise we're going to lose balance. And then reach those arms up still. Inhale, lunge into that right knee. The back left leg is really straight. So if you've got a bend, lock it in, Eddie. I know, corny, sorry. All right, when you're ready, fly through it. Inhale to prepare first. Lunge low. Exhale, sweep the arms forwards and back behind as high as you can to open up shoulders. Inhale, lift the chest. Slight back bend if you like. Exhale every time you fold. Lean forwards as far as you can, chest to knee. Good. Keep flowing with your rhythm here, maybe a little faster or a little slower, but keep that form. Let's not soften anything here. Keep everything active. Fingers, arms, toes, everything. We've got one more to go. Keep that lunge low. Last rise. Hold it there. Exhale, bring the hands down to the mat, either side of that front foot. Drop the knee down, slide it back. Come into downward facing dog. So lift the hips high. Look towards your heels and just pedal it out here. If you need a break at all, just drop the knees hip width apart, big toes to touch, and let the hips sink back, rest the head down. That's our child's pose if you need to get there. Otherwise, we're in downward facing dog. So, pedal it out if you wish to still. If you just want to hold stillness there, go for it. Tap into a little free play. And find stillness with your feet hip width apart. Now just to make sure our downward dog's all good, hands shoulder width apart, look down to them. Spread the fingers out wide. Your pinky fingers should be right on the edge of the mat there. Look towards the feet, hip width apart, quite a distance from your hands. So we've got a nice triangle happening. If our feet are too close here, yeah, we might have the heels touching, but that's not the goal of downward facing dog. If we're too long, we're going to be in a quite an intense downward dog. So, inhale, lift onto tippy toes, and then exhale, bend the knees, but think of meeting your hips towards your heels. So the knees stay off of the ground, and then we rise back up, tippy toes. So the heels stay off the ground, but the hips are going down towards the heels, knees hover just off. Okay, so let's flow through that. We inhale, lift onto tippy toes. Exhale, squat down. Inhale up. Exhale down. So this is our downward dog squat. Keep going. So you should really feel the quads working a lot here, the front of the legs. Keep moving. Getting those legs good. Next one, we're going to hold that squat. So really drop the chest. We should still be looking towards the toes. Legs low, bum low. Woo. Shaking. And inhale, straighten the legs up one more time. Hold it there, tippy toes. Keep the legs straight. Exhale, press the heels down this time. So we're getting a bit of a calf stretch, more so. Nice. Inhale, roll into a plank. Drop the knees down. Sink back to child's pose. So knees hip width apart, big toes to touch. Bring the hips all the way back towards the heels. We want to keep the arms reaching out long here. Rest the forehead down. And just take a few breaths, catch yourself here. Keep those elbows lifted. We want to have an active child's pose. All right, from this child's pose then, we're going to lift the chest up, look towards the hands. We're going to press forwards into tabletop. Pick ourselves up into a plank pose and hold ourselves there. So really draw the belly button in, round through the back a little bit. And you'll notice it's a little bit harder to breathe here because our tummy's really bracing. Take a breath in and out. If you can, inhale, bring your right knee in towards the elbow, hold it there for a breath. Step it back, inhale, left knee in. Left knee in towards the elbow as much as you can, step it back. Inhale, drop the knees, form a knee push-up sort of plank thing here. Tuck the elbows in, so really round the elbows towards the chest. Draw the belly in, lengthen through the spine, and keep your back quite flat here. We're going to do a little push-up here, so keep the elbows in, lower all the way down. Untuck the toes, inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. Now, with the hands at either side of the chest, elbows are tucked in, shoulders are down and back. We're finding space there throughout the neck. Untuck the toes still. We're going to push the toes into the mat, push the hands into the mat as well. Inhale, rise. Use the arms quite a lot here because we're getting an arm strength here. Exhale, down, nose to mat. Inhale to rise. Exhale to lower. Rise on the inhales. Exhale to lower. Repeat that with your own breath now. A few more times. Use the arms, push into the fingertips, not just the wrists. So if your wrists are getting sore, it's probably because you're putting too much pressure in the base of the palm. Use those fingers. They're not just there for looks. Last one, hold it up. Remember, lift the palm off a little bit if you need to. Elbows down, shoulders down, squeeze, hold, and lower back down. Nice. All right, we're not done yet with the arms. We're going to tuck the toes under with the hands next to the chest. Do a knee push-up here, okay? So we don't want to roll up unless you have to. If your arms are really tired, do that. But we want to lift the tummy and hips slightly off the mat first, and that's going to give you a good push-up form. We're going to exhale all the way back to child's pose. It's kind of a variation here though, because we're keeping the toes tucked and the forehead is going to just hover there. So we're going to flow from that little cobra or push-up position back to this child's pose variation. Spread the fingers wide, keep them where they are. Inhale, lift the chest up. Lower into a push-up. You can go all the way if you have to, or just hover. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, back. Inhale. Exhale, the push-up. Inhale, push up. Exhale, back to child's pose. Now we're going to speed it up if you can. Inhale, lift forwards, do a push-up. Exhale, all the way back to child's pose. Inhale, push up. Exhale, child. Keep it going. Speed it up now. Keep those elbows tucked in. The reason we want those elbows in is to protect the wrists, but also to make sure we're using the right muscles. If your push-ups get a little slack, a little, not so good than you first began, and then just do those roll-ups, that's fine. All right, one more after this one. And child's pose, untuck the toes, sink the hips all the way back, big toes to touch, rest the forehead down. This time bring your hands by your sides as well. Roll the wrists out, they've had quite a bit of effort there. And then when you're ready to, you can just rest those arms by your sides. Feeling good? Check in with yourself. Now's a good time to have a little drink if you want one. Let yourself be heavy for a few moments. Bring back that energy with every breath. All right, you know what, we've got to keep going. Bring those hands either side of the knees, and we're going to rise all the way up to a kneeling position. So come on up, I'm just going to center myself here. Bring the hands to the hips. Actually, no, let's bring them out in front. All right, zombie hands. So palms down, fingers extended, long spine, chin slightly tucked. Squeeze the glutes here already. Now, you can choose to tuck or untuck your toes. You'll soon find out what you need and what's best for your body. Inhale again to prepare. Draw the belly in. And exhale, we're going to recline back. Keep the arms parallel to the ground. And then inhale forwards. Again, you're going to feel those front of the legs, the quads. Inhale back. Exhale forwards. Inhale back. Exhale forwards. The further back you go, the harder it's going to be. Test out again, with your toes. If you tuck them, you're likely to go back further, but you may change the muscle groups that you work. Keep going. Make sure you've got a flat back here. We're not dipping the hips down. Everything's straight. Oh, I'm shaking. And last one. Hold it, squeeze, brace, breathe, all of that stuff. And come on up. Nice. Ground the hands to tabletop. Hands are under the shoulders, knees are under the hips, toes tucked still. We're going to hover into a tabletop hover. So this is tabletop. We just want to draw the belly into the spine, keep a nice flat back, and hover the knees just off of the ground. Breathe there. We want to really push the hands into the mat, lift the back. Brace. I'm so shaky today. Keep those knees just off the ground, have a look. Belly in, not dipping or rounding. One more breath. Lower it down. We're going to come into a seated position. So just come onto your hips, into the middle of your mat, thereabouts. Once you're there, bring the hands underneath the knees, sit up tall, and exhale, just recline enough to bring your both legs up and find balance there. Now if this isn't good on your back, you might like to bring your hands behind you or even your elbows behind you. Find your position. Inhale, lengthen your right leg long and low. Hold it there. Breathe. So what you can do with your hands is either have it behind that left leg or out to make it a little harder. Bring it in. Left leg extend. Hold it long back. Try not to round. Shaking in my boots. Hope you are too. And bring it back to boat. Sit up a little taller. And we're going to lower all the way down. Now it's up to you if you want to pop your hands down and help you, or just extend the legs and lower onto your back. Not quite done. Don't get too excited. Okay, bring the knees up into the chest. Hug them in. Rock it around if you like. Keep your knees in the air. Bring your arms out shoulder height. You're going to bring the legs into tabletop pose. So tabletop, very much like what we were up the other way, knees at a 90-degree angle. Now with your hands out wide, it's going to give us some more strength and balance, good foundation. So breathe in, draw the belly into the spine, and then exhale, roll both knees over to the right side as much as comfortable. Now if you need to, you can drop one leg down, then let the other follow. But if you can, try and keep them together as we bring it back up to center. So we inhale over to the left. Keep the legs at that angle if you can. And exhale back. Inhale to the right. Exhale to center. If you want to make it harder, bring the legs a little straighter, but try not to bring those knees too far in or too far out. Keep the knees above the hips. So inhale to roll out to the side. And brace and exhale to bring it back to center. Inhale out. Exhale in. Try not to use your hands too much here. Use your core. Keep flowing with your breath here. You make it as hard as you want to. Point the toes, look like a lady. If you're a bloke, you can flex the toes or you can point them, whatever you like. Couple more, should feel really nice on your back. If it doesn't, maybe just have a break. Last one, make sure you even it out and hug the knees into the chest. Beautiful. One more little core exercise and then we're going to just stretch it out a little. So bring your hands either to the knees or by your sides on the ground. Flatten out my back here. We're going to inhale the left leg up to the ceiling and exhale, lower it down. Just hover it just off the ground. You can hold your right knee here for more support. Otherwise, hands by your sides. Hover, breathe. It might even feel better if you lift your head and shoulders and have your hands down or hovering. And lower that left leg to the mat. Left hand to the right knee. Roll it off to the left side. Open your right hand out shoulder height then and really look over to that right hand. So if you're looking up, You get a spinal twist through most of the spine, but not the neck. And it's really important we just adjust the head and get that neck stretch as well. One more breath here. It's nice and warm here today. All right, brace the tummy, draw it back onto the spine, hug the knees into the chest. We're gonna go the other side. So, option to have the hands onto your left knee or by your side. Inhale that right leg straight up. Exhale, lower that right leg, just hovering off the ground. If this is too intense, just bend the knee halfway, that's fine. If you want to, lift the head and shoulders up, move the hands to wherever feels good for you, maybe even supporting the neck, but we're just holding there. Breathe through, make sure that abs are really switched on. You shouldn't feel it in the back here. If you do feel it in the back, it means your tummy needs a little bit more strengthening before you come into this phase. All right, rest that right leg down. Right hand to the left knee, roll over to the right side. Open that left arm out wide and look over to that left side. Take some breath there. Beautiful spinal twist. One more breath only. And when you're ready, brace the tummy, roll back onto the spine, hug the knees into the chest. And we're going to rock up into a seated position and flip all the way into a tabletop position. So rocking forwards and backwards a few times, it's great for the back. And then rock all the way up and I'll meet you in a tabletop position. The mat's sliding all over the place. Okay, tabletop. Alright, once you're there, we're going to, what's that going to do? Oh yeah, okay. So once you're in tabletop, you're going to come onto the elbows, bring the hands together, whether it's interlaced or prayer pose, doesn't matter. I'm going to do prayer pose, and just bring your elbows about shoulder width, maybe even a little wider. We're going to come into dolphin pose, so tuck the toes underneath, lift the hips up high and look towards your feet. You want to not rest the head at all, so keep the head off the mat, lift the shoulders away from the ears. If you can, straighten out the legs here. You might even want to pedal the legs. What we're going to do is pedal our feet as close towards the head as we can without toppling over. Lift onto the tippy toes, hover there, breathe. Not resting the head here. If this is too much, just step it back a little. One more breath, lifting as high as you can. Exhale, press the heels back down. Drop the knees to the mat. Untuck the toes, sink all the way into child's pose. Reach the arms out long. Rest the head down. Beautiful. And rising up into a kneeling position. I'm going to come into a seated pose. You can join me. And that is it, guys. Hope you enjoyed that quick little yoga workout. Plenty more where that come from. So let me know if you liked it. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel here, and you'll get notified every time I upload a new video. Alright, that's it for now, and I will see you again soon. Namaste.